I think Geno Smith will be fine. You just can't get behind like you did with against Tampa Bay in London.
I don't think he can get behind, period.
I'm not that glib about it. I do think that team is – I think they're a good team. I think they're very well coached. But I'm not sure that you have that it factor. I think you can get to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I think you could win a game in the playoffs. I'm not sure you can make any noise there.
Possibly. You could possibly win a game in the playoffs, but I doubt it. I really do. I really highly doubt it. I just still feel like there's something this team's missing, and I can't put my finger on what it is. Because Pete has done such a great job at turning this team around. And I think that's what you have to be thankful for, is Pete Carroll.
I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. Be very thankful that you have a veteran coach that's very bright and pulled off the greatest trade heist in NFL history.
Indeed. 1 year later, I'm thankful for the PhD weight loss program. 90 pounds down since last Thanksgiving, walking into that office and looking at Dr. Ashley Lucas and going, I don't know. Because that's honestly was my reaction. When she told me how much weight she thought I could lose on this program, I went, I'm not sure that's possible. But lo and behold, 90 pounds down, I'm wearing clothes that are the same size as the clothes I was wearing in middle school. It's proven to me that it can be done, and they can do it for you as well.
I didn't get hit with a very large number, but I got hit with a final weight number that I didn't know that I could ever get to again. Now, after just under a year on this program, we're closing out on Thanksgiving, which is when we started this journey. I'm back to my high school weight. I'm also wearing clothes that I haven't worn in quite some time, and it's all thanks to the planning program of PhD Weight Loss.
PhD Weight Loss can help you get rid of your weight problem for good. They'll teach you the healthy living principles that you can continue to hold the weight off even after your program is over. Here's the great thing. They never leave your side. Their support system, #1, and they'll be with you each and every step of the way. Go to myphdweightloss.com today. That's myphdweightloss.com.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic stop and go 240 westbound between Shuns Cove Road and Montford Avenue. 240 eastbound stop and go between exit 2 and exit 4A. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and Bavard Road. 26 eastbound again slow after Long Shoals Road to approaching Airport Road. 26 westbound stop and go between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Future 26 eastbound slow between Riverside Drive and 240. 40 westbound slow between Hendersonville Road and Bavard Road. Haywood County 40 westbound crawling between exit 27 and US 276. 40 eastbound stop and go between Vines Creek Road and US 276. Sweden Creek Road southbound stop and go between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Mules Gap Road. Hendersonville Road southbound slow between Biltmore Forest and Overlook Road. Near Avery Creek, Bavard Road north and southbound stop and go approaching Long Shoals Road. I'm Lee Minfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Imagine getting to custom order your vehicle and get 5% off MSRP. Impossible? Not at Marion Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram during the Black Friday sales event. Get what you want at a price you deserve. Visit us online at marioncdjr.com or in person on Worley Road in Marion. See dealer for details.
Hey folks, DG here. I have raved about Dr. Rebecca Merrill and her staff at Asheville Smiles for years now, and I hope you've already taken my advice. But don't just take my word for it. Gary recently gave a 5-star review online saying, quote, "I love the personal touch, !" They did a great job and explained everything they were doing. I am very happy we found Asheville Smiles, ! Believe me and Gary and the online review masses. And visit AshevilleSmiles.com.
Listen to your favorite radio stations and music from any genre. Listen to what you want, where you want, when you want it, all free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Ahoy, matey! At Ingles, our extensive seafood department offers a huge variety, from your local catch to flavors from around the world. wild sashimi tuna, Charleston crab cakes, mountains of shrimp, bourbon salmon, wild mahi-mahi with mango salsa. It's enough to make any salty sea captain ready to set a course for the bounteous treasure of the Ingles Seafood Department. It's all in the bag. Ingles. Low prices, love the savings.
Real estate isn't about properties, it's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zach with eXp Realty, your native realtor serving all of Western North Carolina. I will work hard for you, and I believe in doing the right thing every time. I market each of my listings to reach out-of-town buyers. I use a professional photographer and drone video on every single listing, as well as collaborate with agents across the country to find your buyer. Check me out online at clarissasellswnc.com or give me a call at 828-774-6343. It would be my pleasure to assist you through the real estate process.
Everyone's heard about the housing market and this being the best time to sell a house in years. But the same thing applies to cars. Whether you're looking to buy a car, trade in, or sell that car in the driveway collecting dust, Fred Anderson Nissan of Asheville wants to buy your car. They have 2 on-site managers that work with Kelly Blue Book to give you top dollar for your vehicle. You can even have your car appraised instantly at AndersonNissan.com. Stop in and visit them today at 629 Brevard Road in Asheville or call them at 828-365-1663.
Week 12 power rankings in the NFL continue here on ESPN Asheville, and we are the Sportsocracy. You can follow us at the Sportsocracy on all of the social medias. Inside the top 12 now at number 11.
Go! Chargers, go!
Oh, the Los Angeles Chargers. Unfortunately, you got your weapons back, and then immediately Mike Williams gets hurt again. This team cannot stay healthy to save their lives.
Well, I mean, Mike Williams has had this problem his entire career, which is weird because you just can't treat your body the way he does. I mean, look, it's what makes him so dynamic.
Right.
But you also can't go up on a 50-50 ball like, well, yeah, but maybe the ground will be there. Maybe I'll just land on my head. Who knows? I thought this when he came out of Clemson. You just play with complete reckless abandon.
Right.
But even that's not really my problem with the Chargers.
Okay,
because I still think Josh Palmer is an absolute dog.
Of course.
Well, I mean, you scoff at that.
No, I'm not. I mean,
are you starting to see what my fixation with him was?
He is good. He is very good at the footballs, and it's Josh Palmer season, baby.
That's my thing. Don't do that. I didn't like that. Don't do that.
So what I love about this team is that Justin Herbert is that dude. Justin Herbert is that good that he can keep you competitive despite the fact that you keep losing weapons.
At the end of the day, you can't run and you don't stop the run well. I think you're as talented of a team as you can possibly be when those two things are true. Mm-hmm. But that's going to hold you back. And I don't know if it's Brandon State. I always have a problem with teams that hire a coach and your bread and butter is defense, and then you're not any good defensively. I don't understand that. I don't get it. Mm-hmm. And they've tried a slew of things. They're just awful against the run. Isaiah Pacheco has his first 100-yard game against them, which I feel was incredibly predictable. Mm-hmm. And you just look at the Chargers. Look, there's going to be a good team in the AFC that misses the playoffs. If I had to say right now, I'd say it's probably the Jets and the Chargers.
I would agree.
I mean, because you look down the schedule, you still got the Dolphins, you still got the Titans. I mean, there are winnable games in there, don't get me wrong.
Hey, I was going to say, and then?
Well, I mean, even if you win every other game that you're supposed to, you're still 10-7. Mm-hmm. You could miss the playoffs in the AFC at 10-7.
It's possible. I don't think it's terribly likely, but it's possible.
Look at the schedule for some of these other contenders.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
And the Colts have have some winnable games that didn't look winnable 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get got by the Indianapolis Colts, but there again, I've been a Jeff Saturday truther, so maybe so. I still feel like this is a playoff team. When it comes down to it, they're going to win enough games to get into the playoffs. The problem is you're probably not going to win a game in the playoffs. And
I think if they get in, they can beat anybody.
That's good.
I also think when you get in, you could lose to anybody.
Absolutely. And more than likely, you're going to lose. My opinion. Brandon Staley will get all of the blame for it, and I can't put it past this team not to make a move in the offseason when it comes to their coach. It's just where you're at. You have an all-pro level defense. When healthy, I get there have been injuries, but it should be better than this. And you still can compete with everybody, as they've shown playing the Kansas City Chiefs. You can still play with anybody, but it comes down to the end of the game, right coaching decisions. Justin Herbert's got to make the right plays, and you can't do that every time. You got to show me a level of consistency. But be thankful that you got Justin Herbert.
Because he a dog.
Number 10.
The Minnesota Vikings.
What a fall this was.
Yeah,
you go from being 2 last week to 10 this week after getting thumped by the Dallas Cowboys 40-3.
Well, I can't have you in front of the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
You can't get beat like that. And it's one thing to lose. It's another to get annihilated.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I don't buy this team. I did it begrudgingly because they were 8-1. You struggled with Miami with a backup quarterback. You should have lost to the Lions. I just feel like Minnesota's a lot of smoke and mirrors. You're the best team in that division, of which that and $1 will get you a Coke. I feel like you saw exactly where they slot in against the Cowboys. And you're also going to have to get past the Kirk Cousins in primetime.
Yes, you will. That is going to be the biggest bugaboo.
And it's not just primetime. When he is the spotlight game, it tends to go sideways.
It does. It does. You still have the weapons, though, to be able to mitigate that.
You have a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
His
and
name
he
is
had
Justin
a
Jefferson.
weapon when they went to the NFC Championship game with Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, and that was, well, no, you had Adam Thielen back then. Not 31-year-old, half the man he used to be, Adam Thielen.
But KJ Osborne.
Yeah, and every team has a third receiver. And I would say most of them are about KJ Osborne level or better. I think it's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Minnesota strikes me as a team that can beat bad teams, and when they come up against, I've now seen them get squished twice. The Eagles squished them on Monday Night Football, and the Dallas Cowboys just absolutely annihilated them.
It's hard to get that taste out
I
of your mouth.
begrudgingly bought in last week. I knew I shouldn't have. I know I said it to you. I think I said it on this show. I don't really know what it is that they do well. But the Bills game was impressive, and that was a horrible letdown.
Mm-hmm. And you're thankful for
Justin Jefferson. You should be really thankful that Justin Jefferson is just out of this world.
At number 9.
The Dallas Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? Again, the 40-3 win over the Minnesota Vikings. See, I look at this and I go, yeah, the Vikings have some ifs, ands, and buts. But that's a game I feel like the Dallas Cowboys often would lose. And somehow they winnabled that game. And his name is Tony Pollard.
I will say that that's giving me a little bit warmer and fuzzier feeling that, hey, you finally figured out Tony Pollard's the best running back you have. That only took 3 years.
I think they've always known it. But for
according to the running backs, as soon as he hits 15 touches, his production really drops off. Did I tell that story on the show?
I don't remember.
So their running backs coach said that. The only problem is that if you go back and look at every time he had gotten a carry or a touch above that,
yeah,
it's 5 of the 8 best plays he had in his career. It's just not true. And that is in a nutshell what I think about the Cowboys. I'm not saying you don't have talent.
Mm-hmm.
I think you have one receiver. Just so happened that Minnesota couldn't do anything with Tony Pollard.
I don't think you're getting ready to get another one. Odell Beckham Jr., that's getting louder and louder.
It's between the Cowboys and the Giants.
And I feel like that's what's going to happen. He will end up going to the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys will be more of a threat than you expected them to be.
And Dak Prescott said today that the interest is mutual. No kidding, because Michael Gallup is awful. Surprise, surprise.
Well, you've said all season long you think
everybody's playing as a 2.
Right, everybody's playing a step up from what they should be. Odell Beckham Jr. comes in, and he makes that a little bit easier to handle.
I agree. I think Odell Beckham Jr. would make this team much more formidable than they are right now.
Yes, I agree. And that's why I feel like a deal will get done.
The problem is and remains to be your defense is not very good. But look what we just did to Minnesota. Yeah, Kirk Cousins did a lot of that to himself. And I think Kevin O'Connell outthought himself to the highest degree. Do that to a team in the playoffs, and then we'll talk. Then I'll really believe that the 2 years of tape I actually have on this defense is, it's just illusion. Just every time we play a good offense, they smoke us like a honey ham. It's illusion. You didn't really see that.
And it's only going to continue to grow. Do you like the Dallas Cowboys or the New York Giants in their next game?
Against the number or to win?
No, to win.
I'll take Dallas.
I'll take Dallas. Indianapolis Colts. I'll take Dallas. Come on. It's in Jerry World. It's on prime time.
I don't care where it is. They're facts are fixing. The Dallas Cowboys are going to lose a stupid game.
Maybe.
You just won one in super impressive fashion. What does this team do every single time they do that? You give me every time Michael Irvin shows up on First Take wearing a cowboy hat, going, "How about them Cowboys?" Within 96 hours, they piddle in their pants because that's who the Dallas Cowboys are.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Every single time, and I won't be shocked if it happens again.
Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars. You got a date with the Commanders at the end. The Eagles and the Titans are not going to be fun games.
No, you're going to get killed by the Eagles. And I think you'll get killed by the Titans.
Maybe.
Derrick Henry will run right down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And I will sit back and laugh because that's a good defense.
That's what you would expect. But still, you look at the winnable games that are left on that schedule, they could easily be 11-6.
And I never doubted they were going to win a lot of games. I've said that all year long. You're going to win a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how much faith I have in you in the playoffs? About as much as I have in gas station sashimi.
You are in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. We'll get into the top 8 next.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Gray weather in the forecast and temperatures in the low 30s tonight. Not really seeing much on weather radar, though. Mostly sunny Wednesday, high 63, low 33. And Thanksgiving Day, partly cloudy here in Asheville with a high near 60 degrees. Do see some wet weather after the holiday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Heaviest rains likely Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. Could see half-inch rains both days. I'm meteorologist Scott Lauriamore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time-saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic stop and go 240 westbound between Shuns Cove Road and Montford Avenue. 240 eastbound stop and go between exit 2 and exit 4A. 26 eastbound slow between I-40 and Bavard Road. 26 eastbound again slow after Long Shoals Road to approaching Airport Road. 26 westbound stop and go between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Future 26 eastbound slow between Riverside Drive and 240. 40 westbound slow between Hendersonville Road and Bavard Road. Haywood County 40 westbound crawling between exit 27 and US 276. 40 eastbound stop and go between Vines Creek Road and US 276. Sweeten Creek Road southbound stop and go between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Mills Gap Road. Hendersonville Road southbound slow between Biltmore Forest and Overlook Road. Near Avery Creek, Bavard Road north and southbound stop and go approaching Long Shoals Road. I'm Lee Minfield with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Staples has Black Friday savings on the hottest tech gifts. The new Apple AirPods Pro 2nd generation are just $199 with the Staples Connect app. And save up to $330 on HP, Lenovo, and Asus laptops. In-store only. Offer ends 11/26. Limit 1. AirPods sales price $229 without app. Staples.
The Ingles Giving Tree benefiting Manna Food Bank will be on display at Asheville outlets. Drop off non-perishable items in the donation barrels at all local Ingles locations or donate online. Help Ingles Markets, iHeartRadio, WLOS, and the Asheville Citizen-Times ensure Manna Food Bank can fill thousands of empty plates this season.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
During the season of giving, it can be dangerously easy to give away more than you want.
Sweater for Mom, video game for Jake, and my credit card for someone named Gina?
More online activity can mean more exposed personal info, but LifeLock by Norton has identity theft protection all wrapped up. And if you become a victim, we'll work to fix it on your behalf. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Since man created roads, they've been looking for ways to get off-road and vehicles to take them there. That's where Outlaw Off-Road comes in. A premier off-road center for Jeeps, trucks, and SUVs with a complete lineup of off-road and overland services, including maintenance and repair to make your vehicle all that it can be. Check out their location right here in Western North Carolina at 85 Avery Creek Road. Call them today at 828-974-8480 or visit them on the web at theoutlawoffroad.com.
If cleanliness is next to godliness, look around the car right now. Is that very godly? Look, life comes at you fast, but so does WBNC Auto Detailing. They have the tools to make your interior look like it's coming off the showroom floor. You don't believe me? Check them out on Instagram. All that filth and years of stains disappear. WBNC Auto Detailing does full interior and exterior details with paint correction, and they do wax and ceramic coatings. Call WBNC Auto Detailing at 455-3700. Premium care with a Southern hospitality touch.
The Sportsocracy.
The ceiling is the roof. Let's make it happen. Let's keep moving forward.
Inside the Ingles Studio on ESPN Asheville, we are the Sportsocracy, the Democratic Republic of Sports, and we are in the midst of the Week 12 power rankings in the NFL. What is every team thankful for? At number 8, the Tennessee Titans. I felt like it's been the mantra of their team all year long. We're thankful for Derrick Henry.
I would go one step further and say I'm thankful for Mike Vrabel.
Absolutely.
He's just built a culture around that team. Now that Traylon Burks is back, he's had a lot of injury issues, so I really I struggle to fully trust. But he was good this week.
See, I don't know that it's Traylon Burks is back as much as it is Ryan Tannehill's back.
Well, I mean, to be back, you would have to have been present to begin with.
Which he was.
Not really. He's a perfect fit in this offense because he's so good off play action. This team is built. I feel like there's no flash here. There is no sizzle in this pan. And it's why we overlook them every single year. Because Ryan Tannehill is, the 20th best quarterback in the NFL?
Somewhere in
But
there.
I could argue he's a top 5 quarterback in this offense. Okay. For this offense. Not top 5 in the NFL, but he is a perfect fit for what they do.
Right.
Just don't turn the ball over.
Right. Remember all the efficiency stats from last year? He's up there with Tom Brady since starting with the Tennessee Titans. That guy kind of disappeared for a little while.
The analytics love him. They always have.
Mm-hmm. But in the past few weeks, it's become more of Tannehill is kind of reclaiming his efficiency status.
And having a receiver that's as dynamic as Traylon Burks really helps with that.
Yes, it does. The Tennessee Titans will continue to nasty out wins.
I told you when they drafted Traylon Burks, he's going to look strikingly like A.J. Brown at times.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Against the Packers, he looks strikingly like A.J. Brown.
A lot to be thankful for as the number 8 team in the Week 12 power rankings, the Tennessee Titans. They will get into the playoffs. They will win this division. They will have a home playoff game. I can't promise you anything beyond that.
I can't either, but I can tell you that's a team you don't want to play.
Agreed. Number 7.
The Baltimore Ravens.
Again, it all falls back for me on health. You have got to get healthy. You've got to find a running game. That offense struggled against the Carolina Panthers. And I don't think that's because our defense is so good. I mean, yes, I'll give you your credit. You got after Lamar Jackson. You got some pressure. Okay, that's great. You're able to hold Kenyon Drake and the running game in check. This team can get Gus Edwards back. If J.K. Dobbins can come back and be a force, I mean, you just have nothing wide receiver-wise. Demarcus Robinson was the star wide receiver this week.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross.
That's what they do. That's how this team works. And don't look now, but the defense is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
If you take away Miami and New England, weird. It's weird how that works. I haven't seen these big offensive dynamic outputs. And Lamar Jackson, it's never going to be the most aesthetically beautiful thing you've ever seen. But they stymied the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's a good team. I know it's not. But to see them just completely shut down a team was a little refreshing. I don't care who it is.
And next, that defense gets the Jaguars. They get the Broncos. They get the Steelers.
Browns, Falcons, Steelers, Bengals.
Yeah, the Browns could be a stumbling block.
There are two potentially losable games there. That's 12-5. You win the division.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Baltimore is.
Yep.
Then you get into the playoffs, and now it's time for Lamar to show me that he can actually win a playoff game.
And earn that contract that you know he's going to sign.
Oh, he's
regardless.
going to get paid.
Number 6.
The Cincinnati Bengals.
Joe Burrow. I mean, that's where it all hinges. Even when you lose Jamar Chase, you're able to obviously there are still good receivers left on that team. I know that. But Joe Burrow makes them better. Joe Mixon goes down with a concussion, and he finds Samaje Perine 3 times for a touchdown. This offense just works, and it all hinges on Joe Burrow.
The difference between Cincinnati and Baltimore is one of the hardest in the NFL for me to differentiate. Neither has shown me that they're clearly better than the other.
Mm-hmm.
Because the detractors are going to say, well, the Bengals' best wins against Miami in a game that Tua got knocked out in. I'm aware of that, but this team's getting better by the week. There's no doubt they're getting better by the week.
Yes.
And this is starting to remind me of what I saw last year. It wasn't beautiful to start with. It gets better as the season goes along. And by the time the playoffs come around, this is a terrifying offense. This week it was T. Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
Next week it could be Tyler Boyd. They just have a lot of weapons. The Joe Mixon thing makes me a little nervous.
As it should.
I don't want to count on Samaje Perine for any longer than I have to.
But he's proven time and time again that he can be a sufficient backup.
The defense also makes me a little bit nervous, but
giving up
it did last year too.
I was going to say, giving up 30 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers, that'll do it to you every time.
But I still think that's a really good, really dynamic team.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to separate these two in the power rankings. That's why they're right beside each other. Cincinnati Bengals at 6, Baltimore Ravens at 7. I still feel like it's all going to come down to that final game of the season. And that's going to decide the winner of this division and who gets the home playoff game.
And what do the Bengals have to be thankful for? Joe Burr.
Indeed, they do.
He cures a lot of ills.
100%.
That dude gets hit more than any quarterback I think I've ever seen and just bops up. Like, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. It does scare me every time it happens, though, because I keep thinking there's going to be that time. There's going to be that time where he just can't bounce back. We saw it in his first year. You got to figure out a way to protect him, but right now you're still a contender, despite the woes that you've had on the offensive line. At number 5,
the San Francisco 49ers.
There are so many weapons to play with on this offense, and the one problem that I have is there's only one Jimmy G.
And I wish he played for the Jets.
And I mean, I get it, but I still feel like he's limited. I still feel like he's super limited, but it just works because week in and week out you can find that guy. Oh, okay, we're going to focus on holding down Christian McCaffrey. Okay, well, I got Deebo Samuel and George Kittle.
And Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, we're going to focus on shutting those guys down. Okay, well, I got Brandon Ayuk. Here's 2 touchdowns to Brandon Ayuk.
Here would be the most unsettling thing to me if I pull for a team in the NFC. I'm not sure San Francisco's played a good game yet, let alone as well as they can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure you've actually played well yet. And you still keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of teams on that schedule that are going to season this team up. Because to me, they're clearly the best team in the NFC West. They may not win it, Seattle had a nice head start on them.
Right.
But I think they're clearly the best team in that division. And that defense is terrifying. And everybody talks about the offense and getting all the pieces together. You got to understand how many more pieces they have on that defense, too. You're not even seeing Drake Jackson, who is a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I have a funny feeling you're going to start seeing him more and more as the season goes along, because that's what San Francisco does. They have 1 million rotatable pieces, and that's just what they do.
That head start, by the way, for the Seattle Seahawks, it's erased, right? You do know that. Okay, all right.
Well, that's what I'm saying is, look at the back end of San Francisco's schedule it's not super daunting, but there are losable games.
Of course, you got the Miami Dolphins, you got the Bucs left on the schedule. That's it, though. I look at all those other games and go, you should win those.
Well, you catch one heads up with Seattle, too.
Mm-hmm. And Seattle, that's going to be tough.
I mean, Seattle gets the Raiders, the Rams, the Panthers. And then there's a 3-game stretch that's not so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
With the 49ers, the Chiefs, and the New York Jets.
It's going to be very rough. I feel like San Francisco is taking all of the steps to winning the division. They will win the division. And then we'll see what they can do in the playoffs, because I don't want to be facing a team with this many weapons and that kind of defense in the playoffs.
I am practically certain the Seattle Seahawks are going to finish 10-7. I don't really see a way they finish any other way. So that's your bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's your bar.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will do the top 4 in the NFL.
This is your time saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic is slow 240 eastbound between exit 2 and exit 4A. 240 eastbound again slow between Chun's Cove Road and exit 8. 240 westbound slow between Chun's Cove Road and Montford Avenue. Future 26 westbound is slow between 240 to approaching New Stock Road. Future 26 eastbound very busy between Riverside Drive and 240. 26 eastbound crawling between I-40 and the French Broad River. Again, 26 eastbound slowing between Long Shoals Road and Airport Road. 26 westbound stop and go between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. 40 westbound delays between Brevard Road and Sweeten Creek Road. In Haywood County, 40 westbound crawling between exit 27 and US 276. 40 eastbound crawling between Vines Creek Road and US 276. Near Avery Creek, Brevard Road, north and southbound. Near Long Shoals Road is slow. Sweeten Creek Road, southbound, stop and go between the Blue Ridge Parkway and Mills Gap Road. I'm Lyndon Fuel with your Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. This fall, there are updated COVID-19 booster shots designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. If it's been at least 2 months since your primary series or booster, schedule your updated COVID-19 booster dose at vaccines.gov.
If you manage a business, you know how important it is to continually find new customers and new ways to save money. Here at iHeartMedia, we can help with both. We reach more consumers in your area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively than anyone else across radio, digital, podcasting, OTT, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. So contact us at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
Yellowstone, television's #1 show, is back on Paramount Network.
I, John Dutton, do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the state of Montana against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Featuring an all-star cast led by Academy Award winner Kevin Costner.
The invasion is over.
They will fight you dirty.
Is there any other way?
As the Dutton family fights to protect their legacy, they'll learn power has a price.
Signing this is a declaration of war.
We're already at war.
Yellowstone. New episodes Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Network.
Shop Macy's Black Friday specials and find epic deals on gifts they'll love now while supplies last. Like 40% off head-to-toe Levi's for men, women, and kids. 70% off gold earrings, bracelets, and bangles. And the Ninja Professional Blender, just $79.95. Plus, get free curbside pickup or pickup in store today at Macy's. Details at Macy's.com/pickup. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
At Ingles, whether we're celebrating Friday night rivals, televising college basketball games, bringing the Fan Fest to semi-pro soccer, or taking you out to the ball game at your minor league park, it's all in the bag. Ingles, low prices, love the savings.
I believe real estate isn't about properties. It's about people. I'm Clarissa Hyatt-Zack with eXp Realty, serving all of Western North Carolina. Navigating the home buying and selling journey can feel overwhelming at times, and that's why having an agent who cares about you and your needs is key. I'm a native of Western North Carolina, and I close over a home a week. I'm an expert in the market, pricing my sellers correctly to net you the most money, and working as a skilled negotiator for my buyers. Please give me a call today at 828-774-6343 to set up a complimentary market analysis.
Are you ready to tackle your banking needs? Home Trust Bank's team of expert advisors and lenders want to be your teammate. We want to hear your story, learn your aspirations, and assist you with financial needs, and provide options that are tailored to you. With a wide range of personal, mortgage, and commercial services, you will discover all your banking needs under one roof with a local and personalized touch at Home Trust Bank. Score big with Home Trust Bank. Ready for what's next. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we finally made it down to the top 4 in the Week 12 NFL Power Rankings. At number 4, Jeremy Greene.
The Miami Dolphins.
Oh, man. So, Jeff Wilson. Good addition. Good on you for making that pickup.
Raheem Mostert.
He still has a role.
Not much.
He still has a role with this team, and Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert give a 1-2 punch to the running game. And with Tua Tagovailoa showing the growth that he's shown with the weapons that he has, this is a dangerous, dangerous offense. The problem is you got to stand up on defense.
And I don't know how this offense is going to hold up in the cold. I mean, look, Jeff Wilson's been very good so far.
Mm-hmm. I think that was your answer, though.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. Look, I'm still not as wild about Tua Tagovailoa as everybody else is. I still remember a lot of really bad weeks, a lot of really bad decision making. And look, you've got great weapons, and this offense is really dynamic. A lot to be thankful for here in our What Can You Be Thankful For Power Ranking.
Exactly.
But I'm still not sure how much I believe it. I'm not sure how much I believe in this.
I believe it. I think you are a contender, and I think you have the possibility to win a playoff game, maybe 2 playoff games. With enough surprises, you could end up being in the conference championship game.
I struggle to believe you're beating Kansas City or Buffalo. But we beat them one time before. Yeah, go back and watch that game.
Mm-hmm. They gave up a lot of yards. Josh Allen.
It's hard for – look, they're at 4, so obviously I'm giving you your flowers. It's just hard for me to walk away from a close game with Pittsburgh, a close game with the Lions, a close game with the Bears, and you blew out the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
None of that really impresses me. Go beat somebody good. You played 3 good teams in a row. You lost all 3 of them. But no Tua. I'm well aware of that. Do you really think you would have beat any of the 3 of them with him? Because I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I don't. So
you beat the Baltimore Ravens. You beat the Buffalo Bills.
The Baltimore Ravens who laid down on their sword, and the Buffalo Bills who beat themselves.
I get it. I'm just saying.
You have plenty of opportunities in the back of the schedule.
Absolutely.
With the 49ers, the Chargers, the Bills, the Patriots, and the Jets. You got plenty of opportunity to impress somebody. Now the question is, do you do it? I've watched your really fast receivers decimate bad defenses. Let's see you beat a good one. You get plenty of opportunities.
And I think they will. I think they will show you that they belong in the top 4 for the foreseeable future.
I will say they're here for a week or 2. And then San Francisco goes, that's cute. Bye.
The Philadelphia Eagles come in at number 3.
Stick to your guns, kid. I've said the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs are the 2 best teams in the league, and I'm not backing off of it.
Yes.
I'm not. If I had to put my doubloons on any 2 teams, that's who it is. Now, do I think Philadelphia does a lot of things well? I do. Sunday was not impressive. The last 2 games you played have not been impressive. Now, my curiosity is that the league figuring you out? Is that just game script? What is that? Now, I like that you saw a problem with the run defense and you went and got Linville Joseph and Ndamukong Suh.
Mm-hmm. Didn't seem to help in week 1, but...
Well, they've both been Ndamukong Suh had been in the building for 72 hours. So I told you, don't expect that to have a whole lot of role this week.
Mm-hmm. But I saw a lot of the Philadelphia Eagles defense getting pushed off the ball against the Indianapolis Colts.
Well, and here's the thing. Now you've had a full week with these guys. You play the Green Bay Packers, the Tennessee Titans, the New York Giants. I know that doesn't sound super daunting until you realize that that's 3 of the best rushing teams in the league.
Exactly.
These are games that you would have lost with some of the things I've seen against the run since Jordan Davis went down.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see that.
Yes. You have to stand up against the run because you are going to face running teams for the rest of the season. It's not just the next 3 weeks. You still have Alvin Kamara. You still have, the Chicago Bears, but that's all they do is run the ball. I'm not saying you're going to lose that game. I'm just saying you got to figure out a way to stop it. You got the Dallas Cowboys still left with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Saquon Barkley twice on this schedule.
Alvin Kamara, Justin Fields, David Montgomery. Yep. And the rubber's going to meet the road.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I would argue this might be the worst back end of the schedule for your current ills that you could have. But I do think you're the best team in the NFC.
What are you thankful for?
Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman just showing that he is the original dog.
Number 2.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Bills rebounding, getting a win against the Cleveland Browns this week.
I love that the public dynamic is shifting away from them.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. As somebody that is heavily invested in Buffalo, I love watching people fade on them and say, oh, it's the same old Bills. They beat themselves. Josh Allen turns the ball over too much.
Yep.
Okay. Keep that same gusto. Really, just stay animated about it. And let's talk in January, shall we?
And we will. We will, because it's going to be the yeah, but until Josh Allen shows that he can hold on to the ball in a tough game at the end of the game to make it count.
I think it'll be just fine.
Possibly. And then at number 1,
the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep, still at the top of the power rankings. Isaiah Pacheco seems to be the answer for the running game, although it was against the Chargers. So how much do you...
It's an added dynamic to that team. They're just not beholden to one guy outside of Pat Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of these pieces are interchangeable. This is the way it is. And if you look down the schedule, you've had 2 losses. One to a Buffalo Bills team that I think is your equal.
Mm-hmm.
One to a Colts team that I'm very sure you overlooked. Other than that, you're pretty flawless.
Yep.
You can win close. You can win big. This is just a really talented, really well-coached team. And until I see something that changes my mind, they're going to continue occupying one of these 2 spots every week.
Travis Kelce, last time without a touchdown or a 100-yard game. Would you like to take a guess?
It's been a minute.
Week 2. Wow. It was week 2 of the season where he did not have a 100-yard game or a touchdown. It will be a special Football Wednesday tomorrow right here in the Sportsocracy. We'll have all the tables set for your weekend, the daily draft, where we will do, of course, the only thing you can do the day before Thanksgiving side dishes in the daily draft tomorrow. We'll see you right back here on ESPN Asheville and, of course, here on YouTube.
This is your Exergen Temporal Scanner weather forecast on ESPN Asheville.
Gray weather in the forecast and temperatures in the low 30s tonight. Not really seeing much on weather radar, though. Mostly sunny Wednesday, high 63, low 33. And Thanksgiving Day, partly cloudy here in Asheville with a high near 60 degrees. Do see some wet weather after the holiday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Heaviest rains likely Friday afternoon and Saturday afternoon. Could see half-inch rains both days. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore. That's the latest Weather Channel forecast.
This is your time-saver traffic on the new ESPN Asheville.
Traffic is slowing 240 westbound between Charlotte Street and Montford Avenue. 240 westbound crawling approaching Malfunction Junction. 240 eastbound stop and go between exit 3 and exit 4A. Expect delays future 26 east and westbound between 240 and Riverside Drive. 26 eastbound crawling between I-40 and the French Broad River. 26 westbound stop and go between Airport Road and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Haywood County 40 eastbound crawling between Vines Creek Road and US 276.